And I was talking with the general manager, you and I both were, Jimmy Carter earlier, that's Don's son, and he was showing us pictures of the bowling center and his home, and it just, you don't have a picture in your mind until you see some of those things.
Absolutely incredible, the job that they have done. And Phil Ringner starts with a strike on lane 33.
David Ozio up rather quickly, and he was struggling in practice where Philip Ringner was pretty wired in on this pair.
Ozio has gone through a bunch of different bowling balls to come up with a spear that hopefully will work on a moderate to middle scoring championship round pair.
David Ozio, a five-step player. He's the classic epitome of your stylish bowler. We see the shoulders, high arm swing there, the long slide, perfect balance, head never moves. He does it perfectly, and he's pretty when he does it.
Average 214 on this pair of lanes throughout the week. And he opens with a solid double here in match number 1.
And the left lane appears to hook quite a bit more than the right lane, Dan. I think all the players except Walter Ray acknowledge that. And like Joe Furpo said, Walter Ray is using a 90 hardness plastic ball this week and beating everybody with these reactive urethane balls.
Phil Ringner looking for the light hit and gets it. Well, two different approaches here, Michael. Philip Ringner throwing it up the track with a lot of speed, and Ozio swinging the ball.
Well, they're two different types of bowlers. Ringner makes his living with speed. Five-step player. Look at the head. The head kind of goes a little bit forward. Look at how high that backswing is there. There's the pivot step, the long slide. Pulls it through with just sheer strength then. I mean, he's not what you would call the pretty bowler like Ozio is.
Phil Ringner trying to win his first PBA title. 4 times he has finished second.
May not be the pretty bowler, but that was a pretty ball right there. Just right in the track. He likes that left lane. He gets that little extra finish on the left lane.
5 shots, 5 strikes, and Ozio is down by 10.
This is Ozio's tough lane right here.
Soft speed, inside angle with a harder surface ball, and he leaves the half 10.
And that was a ball we saw he had taken in and shined up so that it wouldn't hook as much. Got it back just before airtime in practice. Now uses Paula, Walter Ray Williams, a 90 hardness plastic ball to shoot at the spare.
Walter Ray, as you mentioned, using a ball that was popular and actually a dominating ball on the tour back in like 78, 79.
The late 70s, yeah. We see David there, 39 years of age. He says he feels 25, 15 years of pro with 10 titles. Player of the Year a couple years ago. And the Tournament of Champions winner that year.
And obviously a man that has great concentration power.
Never heard of everything falling back here, huh?
Sounded like the roof was coming down. All right, we'll be back with more of match number 1. Phil Ringner and, of course, David Ozio in a tough match. Ringner leading by 11.
Here, Midas.
And while we were away, Philip staying perfect with a beautiful strike in the 4th.
Another light swisher there, blowing the 5 out. Been flush on this left lane twice in a row.
Looking to extend the lead to 31 pins if he can strike on this shot.
Wow, that hold?
I think you're right about the left-hand lane. I think he's fallen in love with 33.
He's just got swing area, and if he goes hard and straight, he knows it's going to stay there.
And, of course, that's his forte. He loves to play the track and throw it hard and let the ball react to the lane.
Right. And he puts David in a big hole right now. He's got to strike just to stay in the match. Has to hurry. It does. Nice shot.
Maybe a little bit of an adjustment with the speed.
Maybe just a little bit better release when hit with the fingers on that shot. You know, David will clip that finger hole as he's coming. I think it's the finger hole, not the thumb hole. When he really gets that clean release, he has a real high track. 19 cashes in 25 tournaments.
Had an incredible year in 91 when he was the player of the year, and then 92 was a disaster.
Yeah, well, from over 200,000 to 30,000.
Right. Just lost all of his incentive. Beautiful shot on the left-hand lane, trying to come from behind. Trims the lead now to 11 pins, but he told me he was just mentally and emotionally spent after 91. He had nothing to give in 92. And he made an interesting observation. He said, you know, I want to see how Walter Ray reacts in 94 to how he bowled in 93.
Yeah. Never seemed to affect Earl. He just had good year after good year after good year.
For a six-bagger.
Oh, suddenly we got an even match.
Speed kills.
Sometimes, yeah. There's Philip's wife, Jill.
Jill was having the time of her life for the first six, well, I should say for the first 5 frames, until the 8-10 popped up. Well, that, of course, is always a possibility when you're throwing the ball as hard as he is.
Yeah, but in this day and age, Dan, you don't see the 8-10 like we used to see it 15 years ago. It's just not a common split anymore with these light pins and reactive power balls. But suddenly, Ozio's ahead by 3 pins.
Ozio working on a 3-bagger. Little extra time for Philip, who unleashes another fastball and trips out or slaps out the 4-pin.
Perfect on that left lane.
Philip Ringner loves the left lane, but he's going to have to come from behind if he hopes to advance into match number 2 here from Paula Carter's Pro Bowl in Homestead, Florida. David Ozio opting for a re-rack on lane 34. You know, that open frame by Ringner in the 6th halted a 17 consecutive strike effort against Dave Ozio. If you go back to Mike Alby's 300 game.
He probably thought nobody could throw anything but a strike at him.
That'd be a little depressing.
Well, he rolled 279 in that game and got beat. You know, it's the highest losing score in PBA history.
He got clipped. Comes back and tries to throw a strike of his own, and his string now ends at 3. Boy, he knew that was a big shot, too.
Right, because going to the good lane on that left lane where they get a little extra finish, he makes this spare, he leads by 2, but Ringener's on the strike. Right at it.
One of the great spare shooters on the national tour, David Ozio, with no problems whatsoever. And what a year it has been for the mayor of Homestead, that man that we just saw momentarily, Tad DeMille. There's Tad. Talk about a tough job.
But he loves his bowling.
A league player here.
Yeah.
I wonder if Ozio or Philip have asked him for advice on this pair of lanes.
Oh, he got it in a little bit. Kind of stood up right away expecting something bad to happen, but a 4-9, he's got to go for this. Then it's an even match if he can convert. Switches to the hard ball. So we've got 2 pocket splits, the 8-10 and the 4-9. Hey, oh, in front of it. Unbelievable.
How can you take it in front of the 9? That's what David is muttering to himself right now.
Oh. Watch this. He hits that 4-pin so thin. Looks like it's got it all the way, and it goes right in front of the 9-pin. Would have got the 10. And his reaction, not now.
No way that can happen. An open in the 8th. Now Ringner leads by 11 on a strike. And guess what? This one is turned around again.
Yep. That's why these guys are pros out here, Dan. When the opponent makes a mistake, it's a stomp the heel right into it. 21 pins ahead.
Key double for Philip Ringner, who has put on a striking surge here with the exception of the 8-10 and the 6th.
If he strikes here, he forces Ozio to strike out to make him mark.
Ringner could still shoot 266 the hard way with an open frame.
Well, that left lane's automatic.
He's in his element right now.
Yeah, it's automatic. David is in a bad position. He has to have 3 strikes or 4 strikes now to finish with 235 and hope that Ringener opens.
Philip scanning the scoreboard, wants to know exactly how he stands. He's ahead by 31, but against a man who knows how to throw pressure strikes.
High. Just a little soft with the speed.
I think sensing that right lane does not hook as much.
Right. I mean, plus he just coming back from the 4-9 is so hard. He was emotionally down.
And obviously lets this one get away with an open frame in the ninth, and it won't be too long before Mr. Ozio joins a number of other PBA greats as a $1 million career player.
Finishing out the string on the left lane. Leaves only the 4-pin this time.
So for Ozio, a 5th place finish, and they'll be looking to do anything but finish 5th in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Budweiser 500 Saturday, the 28th, beginning at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:30 for those of you out on the West Coast. A live look at the Bristol International Raceway in Bristol, Tennessee, the Budweiser 500.
Well, now the 4-9 goes.
Philip Ringer's doing nothing but burning rubber right now as he is struck on 8 of 9 shots and will waltz into game number 2.
And if he gets 3 in the 10th, then that would be 23 out of 24 against Mr. Ozio on television the last 2 games. Well, now he leaves the 10th. Philip, though, throwing the ball well on both lanes, especially that left lane. But he wins this game finishing on the right lane. Didn't even matter. That was a bad lane for him.
Well, if you're Billy Oakes, who is up next in line, for sure, you're going to have Ringer finish on the right-hand lane, wouldn't you think? Of course, for Billy, the way he throws it, much like Philip does, he probably wants to finish on the left-hand lane.
I would think so, too. I would think that would be his better lane also.
The choice, of course, with the player that's the higher seed.
And that will be with Billy Oakes coming up.
Joe Purpo has qualified number 2, and Walter Ray Williams Jr. number 1. Nice way to end the match for Philip Ringer. He wins 245 to 204
That was a good
in
game by
today's
Philip
opening
Ringer.
match. When we come back, Mike Durbin with his latest